lovely. Good on the night before. Very well made the team. 4 lines, 4 more. And maybe very hard indeed. Goes again. Just over the head. Goes for that. And that's it. The magnificent drive.
There's the England team coming up there now. Graham Thorpe, Craig White, of course, a lot of Test cricket for England, born in Australia. Neil Fairbrother, the Lancastrian left-hander. Graham Hick, player of the tournament last year. Big scorer, very consistent scorer. Born in Zimbabwe, qualified for England and played for them in Test and One Day Internationals. Paul Nixon, the wicketkeeper, who was here as the keeper for England in the World Cup in 2007. Mark Allen, born here in Barbados, played for England in One Day Internationals, captain of Gloucestershire. Went to school here, in fact, at Harrison College. Glenn Chappell, a late replacement for Mark Rampakash, who was scheduled to come. Glenn Chappell from Lancashire, the all-rounder. Dominic Cork, captain. Fine all-round cricketer. Captain of Hampshire. Philip DeFreitas, another West Indian-born player. Dominica. John Embry, the old hand, the oldest member of the England side, the offspring. And Dean Headley, from a famous cricketing clan. The great George Headley, his grandfather. His father, Ron also played with distinction. And comes to had 3 Test matches for the West Indies. Now there's the West Indies team. Number of changes from last year. Sharon Campbell, now the coach of the West Indies women's team, which is proving to be on the improve, doing quite well internationally. Stuart Williams has been involved in the game here. He's the number clinic selector for the West Indies side from Nevis. Boyd Reefer, as you would have heard earlier, you recall last year when the senior players went on strike in the series against Bangladesh, and he was put into the captaincy. Brian Hurley, now there's a name that's suddenly popped up again. Played a few matches for the West Indies at One Day International level back in the 1990s, late 1990s. Plays a lot of club cricket in Trinidad now, all-rounder. Carl Hooper, great favourite here in Barbados, now resident in Australia, and assistant coach, or shall I say full coach, for the South Australian second 11 side. Courtney Brown, the keeper, now a West Indies selector. There's the cheers for the West Indies as they come onto the field. There's Curtly Ambrose. So a big reception for the West Indies from the crowd, which is now beginning to fill up over in the Greenwich and Haynes stand. Walsh and Ambrose. Well, to have them back together again as the West Indies flag is waved in the stand. Andy Wallace has come back to join me. But it's a big task for them. They've got a good England side. The England side which has played a lot of cricket. County level. A lot of 20 overs cricket as well. Most of these players will be versed in 20 overs versions.
And a familiar look. Ambrose with 2 slips in position.
So here we go. West Indies winning the toss and bowling. Ambrose to Thorpe. Bang on target first delivery. He can do this in his sleep, Ambrose.
It's that in between length.
Wide down the leg side. Courtney Brown is the one who is behind the stumps. Perhaps he'll alternate during the tournament. A good take by him. Here.
I think what we're looking to see is what bounce Ambrose and Walsh can get out of this surface. Even now they'll be a little bit quicker than the bowlers we saw. Already we see a lot of movement around the field. And we say that where these 2 teams will probably have the edge on the first 2 we saw in that earlier game.
So the first runs from the bat. So just off the mark. A little bit of nostalgia. This year they're in it to win it. No question about that. Even from the first few deliveries, there's an urgency about them. Ambrose and Walsh. Here's Courtney Walsh now to Craig White.
The crowd response.
So he put away. The outfield is slow because of the early rain. Well, that's something we didn't see from us in this last year. Sliding phase. A lot of success over the years. It's chipped over the head, down to the boundary, and not quite going all the way.
Taking the slide.
Oh, the place to hit it. Well struck away. I think this one will go all the way this time up the boundary. For White, end off the second over, 13 without losses. Van Bernholder, former Barbados and West Indies cross bowler, now turned umpire in England, signaling the boundary to end the over.
Good start here by England.
Very well struck. Whipped on it, and Thorpe takes full advantage. Ambrose on the first over on target, wicket to wicket. Thorpe in position, lost it over the top for a boundary.
And Ryan Hurley.
Well, he plays a lot of Masters football these days, certainly Ambrose. Again, there's the Ambrose Yorker. Yeah. Left foot not that strong. Barclay shot which attempted twice in the first over without success against Ambrose. The fourth and bonus shot. In the air and taken. That's how he responds. Good catch by Ambrose. Slow delivery from Walsh on the leg. Straight to Ambrose. He sticks it up late. It's not good.
So just get into it. No better than to take a wicket. Still like delivery and picks up Ambrose. You can see the expression on Ambrose's face when he realized he held on to it. One left hander being replaced by another. Neil Clear brother. You'll see a lot of that from Neil Clear brother. And Ryan Hurley gaining applause from the crowd, moving very swiftly to his right.
Back in July. He is, and that's gone away. Too far away from him, not too far inside the boundary. It's gone 31 to 4. Lost the score.
Good run rate. Wicket.
Here's the applause. Known here in Barbados as Sir Carl. But unofficially managing off spin. And start to the wide. It's a long way down. underarm return from Stuart Williams, just missing the stump. Would have had him.
You've seen enough. Again, this will go very close to the boundary. Ungainly attempt there by Drake. The desired result.
Desperate attempt by Drake. One with the other. Ends the over. So 5 gone. England sent in the second match. India having won the first match.
Wide ball.
Very wide ball.
And it was very, very well the off stump.
Much better delivery. Had some pace, a bit of movement too.
The extra effort coming from Basper Drake there.
So that's gone miles. That's gone for 6, is it? Umpire's signaling 4, but he's going to have another look at that, I'm sure. That was a very, very good hit.
He charged him, and that went high over the top of long off, and he might have just carried over the boundary. There he goes again. Chance for a catch. Taken by McGow. Coming in from third man. Good judgment. In the air for a long time. And McGow said, thank you very much. Drake strikes. And Kensington do up.
West Indies picking up their second wicket and some very good catches. McGow kept his eye on it. Good judgment, good catch. And White Rose much to the relief of the West Indians.
Yes, he looked dangerous while he was there at the crease. So he's had some excitement. 2 wickets have gone. Scoring rate is over 8.
That's what Drake's tidying up after a pretty wayward start. He's picked up the wicket, that's the important thing.
And he's bowling with some pace as well, Basper Drake.
We'll be surprised if we see Curly Ambrose come back for over 2. You know, that was he was Hicks' nemesis.
Very good bowling by Basper Drake.
So after 6, England are 46 for 2.
Yeah. One of the great fast bowlers of West Indies cricket.
Just another single.
That's poorly lined by Ambrose. Now go for 4. Down to fine leg. Outside the leg stump. A lot of balance with that.
Protection on the boundary, just 1.
Some aggression from Basper Drake, so no ball call with the umpire. He certainly banged that into the pitch. And got a great deal of pace. Oh, good work indeed in the outfield. Magnificent work by Campbell on the boundary. Certainly saving a 4 there.
I actually thought it went for a boundary. I think if you look back at that, you might just see that it actually touched the rope. I think umpire Van Holder is satisfied. It was very close. Good fielding though, can't take it away from him.
He flung himself to the left. Ooh.
That one is in the air. And he misread it totally. Sherwin Campbell, how can you do that? Should have just been a single. In the end, it's 4. And he's the coach of the West Indies women's team. I hope they're not watching.
No. He was error in judgment. He was going across to his right. Then the ball went to his left. Completely deceived there, Campbell. Oh, lots of pace. And that's gone for 4. From a short run, bowling a short ball, and they went away down to third man for 4. What a delivery, first up.
You would have to give Graham Hick all the credit there because he played it sensibly. Didn't panic, and just helped the ball to the boundary.
Very skillful indeed there.
Good comeback delivery.
Well, that's going to go for 4. Down to backward point, a poor delivery by Hurley. Tick latched onto that. That's gone for 4. Chance for a run out. Return comes in. And they don't effect the run out. Bad communication between the batsmen. Oh, he's gone. Wonderfully bowled by McGow. And a good stumping by Courtney Brown. The pressure was developing. 2 balls, not a run scored. And a good wicket to get for McGow in over number 11. England slipped to 82 for 3.
Certainly love that. Left him down the pitch. Hick didn't have a chance once Brown gathered.
Very good over indeed by Neil McGrath, the left arm spinner. Not only getting the important wicket of Hick, but conceding just 2 runs at the end of over number 11. England 84 for 3. His first over cost 11, so we want to improve on that. Good work by Hurley. Chance for runners again.
I think he was in between 2 minds when he was in the air. So, beautiful crowd out tonight. Lots of lasses who are enjoying the cricket. They have come out to West Indies Cricket Day.
That's split in the field. That will go for 4. Very well played indeed. He threw him a wicket. But he's really played a good note. Played across it. Not authentic, but very effective. That's a good hit. Very well played indeed. Right up long on for 6. So after McGraw was very good in his first over, we're now beginning to get into him. think he'll be very disappointed if he didn't get to 160 or more. They've got wickets in hand.
He's certainly making a justification. Thorpe went early for 13, Fairbrother for 9, Hicks for 18, and Nixon is unbeaten on 13. So too is White, who's on 56, 115 for 3 after 14 overs. The West Indies not doing too bad in the conceding of extras, only 4 so far, which is pretty good.
Sliced away. Down behind square on the offside, will go all the way to the boundary. Paul Nixon. Bats, as I say, a batsman with improvisation.
He's in the plot there a bit. Maybe just losing focus and presenting some width there for Nixon, who deliberately hitting the ball over the top, not looking to keep it down, slicing it over that backward point position and picking up another boundary.
That's going to go down towards the boundary and over it for 6. Clears the head of the fielder. As you say, Hendy, he's been favouring that mid-wicket area.
He's still waiting for it.
Down he goes again, that's gone. That's another 6. So some big hitting here from Craig White. The acceleration coming from him. They're pushing on here, England. It's going to be a big total for the West Indies to challenge. We're in the 17th over, just 16 and a half overs gone. 3.5 overs remain, 144 on the board, and 7 wickets in hand. Now, will this go all the way? It does. 3 sixes in the over. And McGarrell will be glad that his stint is over. 1 for 42 from 4 overs, having conceded just 2 in his first over and taken a wicket.
Now this shortened version of the game, and there was White getting that one on the full, and almost taking somebody with that 6-6, one of our cameramen.
You could see that he just lost concentration for that period of time. And of course, in a 20 overs in innings match, you lose concentration. 2 balls, they go for 6s.
Great so far, 2 for 14.
Very neat indeed.
Right off the toe end of the bat.
It's all about improvisation. You can see anything from Hurley. He used to, in his early days here when he was a schoolboy, both bounces in between his off spin. In the air. Someone's out there, but it's going to fall short, and that's a slack piece of fielding. That is very slack. McGarrett it is. That's a leg before coming inside of his wicket. Dalton Holder making the decision. So Craig White, who was approaching the highest score in the competition so far, 92 not out last year by the South African Dave Callaghan against England, remains the highest score as Hurley picks up the wicket. 163 for 4, but a fine innings by Craig White. 86 off 54 deliveries, 8 4s and 3 6s, and has set up this very imposing score for England.
The new batsman in the crease, the Barbadian by birth, to say, Mark Alleyne.
Only one.
He's very enthusiastic, Hurley. Seen the slide from him this evening, and with the outfield being as slippery as it is, even looks more spectacular. There he goes. Drakes was setting the field himself, and I think Courtney Walsh just came across and said, just tell me what you want. Drakes was running the show. Oops. A body beat, as they say. Fielder going one way, the ball going the next. Well, he's beaten the mid-off fielder. Nagamutu's made an enormous hash of it. Tidied up by Ryan Hurley. The ball to the right of Nagamutu. He didn't get near it and then chased it to the boundary and almost dragged it on for a boundary.
Not very pretty. I think he should give up on the slide anyway, Nagamutu.
So the end of the innings, England have built up a score of 176 for 4. Nixon finishes with 35 not out, Mark Haleen 7. And off their 20 overs, England's 176 for 4 is the type of total which any opposition is going to find difficult to get. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the main West Indies batsman here. Carl Hooper not least. Floyd Reefer still engaged in cricket at the highest regional level here. Sherwin Campbell still playing club cricket in Barbados. One or two others. Courtney Brown. Stuart Williams there going off. So a lot of batting for the West Indies to do.
It's a good performance there by England. But, I think West Indies can take some consolation. Those last 2 overs certainly didn't allow the England Masters to run away with it. As we look at the scorecard there, the man that stands out at the top of the order, Craig White, just shy 9 deliveries of batting through the innings, 86 runs. And Paul Nixon giving him the move along there with 35. So 2 main contributors. At one stage it looked like if England was going to get somewhere in the region of 185, 190. But I said those last 2 overs by the West Indies certainly pulled them back. And 2 men that probably were responsible for that, Vasper Drake and Ryan Hurley. Ambrose at the top, the 3 overs, and Walsh. And McGarrow, who had a promising start, turned out to be the most expensive of the bowlers. His last 3 overs going for some 40 runs. But you can see West Indies had their problems in picking up wickets. Just 4 wickets taken.